another week of the Intellect Connect podcast.
Episode 2.
You got the host with the most, Kev. You got me, Darian.
What it do?
And we're definitely about to bring it in. We're about to do bigger and better this year. Well, this whole podcast series, we about to go up.
Yes, sir.
So be ready. So let me pose this question for you, because I see a lot of stuff on Twitter, social media, and it's always double standards between men and women. Well, actually, it's just relationship wise, where they go. A woman will go, you can't ask for this certain amount of respect or this certain thing because you're just a boyfriend. You asking for husband treatment.
Okay.
At what point in time did that come into play? Like, you have to be a boyfriend, or you have to be a husband to get cooked dinners, and because then they literally shooting themselves in the foot, because they not staying at home, they not cooking dinner every night, they not, like, you want the man to do husband things, but you as the woman don't want to do the woman things from back in the day. Like, you want to go back in the day, but then it's like a double standard. Like, you're going one way at the same time.
I get that. I'm gonna kick it off. I'm gonna say, as far as that, I feel like people do that whole, you want to show a person what you can offer, how it will be. Let's take it back to like the talking stage. Mm-hmm. You're not going to do everything you would do for a female. Not you, but the average person might not do what they might do for a male or female when they're just talking. Right. Now, when y'all get together, you're going to do a little more. Mm-hmm. Or you might go all the way up, depending on how you are. But I feel like it's a mentality thing when you're married, where like people feel like, okay, now I'm going to give all. I get it, but it's like give and take with me, because I feel like if you would want to be married with this person, why would you do it?
Right.
Because, you live once. You're not going to just flip a switch, and it's going to be impossible to just flip a switch. Not everybody can do that, bro.
I was about to say, some people do that, though, bro.
You flip a switch, and then, now I'm going to give you all. Like, then, a person might be fine with that, and another type of person might disagree with that. Like, so now you can do it. So you was half-assing it for real. Yeah. You have a point if you're, if you disagree with that. If you kind of stifle about it, like, so now that you, even for a female, so now that we married, you gonna act right. Right. Because let's be real, men do that. We play that game, now that I married her, I'm not gonna play games with her no more. I'm not gonna cheat. I'm not gonna even flirt. Yeah. But why would it take that? If you can't get it right, or if you can't show her that from the beginning, you might not even make it to that stage.
Yeah, but it takes for some people to go through that to learn what they have, to learn that this is the person that I don't want to lose.
I definitely agree with you on that, but I feel like there's a difference between like you learning and going through the motions. But you got people, men and women, that abuse that power. Like, yeah,
But that comes from them being able to get away with that for so long.
Most definitely. Like, you got even people you've been around. Like, you can tell your man, I'm about to go do this move. Mm-hmm. And he tell you, y'all not married, bro. He egging it on. So then,
respect.
Then you go do that, and then your excuse is when she do find out, and you tell her, we not married, but when we get married, I won't do that. Now I'm not trying to, in my mind, I'm not trying to hear, when we get married, I'm gonna flip the switch for you. Like,
it's like you said, it's a mentality thing, and it's definitely the company you keep, because
most definitely, bro.
If you about to do a move like that, and your man really fuck with you like he say he do, mm-hmm. and wants the best for you, and sees that, hey, look, this person is the best thing that has happened to you, has elevated your mental, has elevated your spiritual, your emotional, where do you go? Why do you jeopardize that? Your man's supposed to pull you to the side. That ain't it for you, bro. Don't even do that.
And not that, like, I agree, not that a grown man or a grown woman gonna control another grown man or grown woman. Or you might have a homegirl that's telling you wrong. But it's good to have those type of people in your corner. Even even though like them recognizing that you're grown, you're gonna do what you want to do. Even after you do it, they on your ass like, bro, you did wrong for that. I love you the same way, but you're wrong.
Yeah, you can't have no yes men in your circle.
Yeah, you have. My bad. Go.
No, go ahead.
No, I feel like even with that, some people will egg you on because they're jealous of what you might have,
or they don't like the person.
Yeah.
See, that's the other thing. You can't have somebody that's looking down on your situation in a negative viewpoint just because, oh, I don't like that person, or hey, that person hurt my friend as at a certain point in time. Because at what point in time do you take your counterparts' friends and go, oh, they really my friends? They're not really your friends, yo. In my views, because if they were correct. They wouldn't lead them in the wrong direction. They would actually not be yes men to them. Like if your girlfriend friends go, oh, I know she's wrong, but that's my friend, I'm gonna stick up for her. What? If that's your friend, you gonna stick up for her? Put a boot in her ass and tell her to do better next time. What do you mean?
Come on, ask you this. Like let's take me for example.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my lady knows my real folks, men and women. So like, she know you, for example. Like she know my other men and my other homegirls.
Mm-hmm.
I could come to you and tell you something, and I know she can come and tell you something, but I have her not force her to be cool with you, but you know, I love it. I love it that y'all are cool, y'all mutual. Because now I know if I fuck up, you're not gonna sit here and just watch me fuck up, or if I do fuck up, you know, you're gonna tell me.
You can always basically both of y'all can come to me for advice.
And now you know you can approach her like something. But you know, you can come to her the same way. Yeah.
Like for me, it wouldn't be my point to get in between y'all business. But if y'all come to me for counsel, you know I'm always here for both of y'all. You did.
Most definitely.
So y'all will always be able to come in.
I feel like that's. Yes, in certain situations, like, you know, her friend is her friend and so forth, I get that. But I feel like if you mutual and y'all got somebody that y'all both can go to, somebody that's going to be, somebody's going to be mutual and not pick a side.
Yeah.
And be no adult about the situation. No bias, then you both win.
No bias and no devil's advocate. Just real, straight up, hey, look.
The same thing you told me, you would tell her, and so forth. Like
and no going back and forth. Hey, well, this person said this, and this person said this. No, you had that conversation with this person. You had that conversation with this person. Hey, y'all need to talk it out because y'all are saying the same thing, but y'all not telling each other the same thing.
Manipulation.
Would that really be manipulation though?
No, I'm saying like, have the way you were explaining it, if you don't do that, I feel like it's manipulation.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know, you just sit here manipulating the situation. Like, well, I'm going to tell this person one thing. When I get in front of both of them,
I'm going to
pull back.
Yeah.
And then...
Yeah, but that would be for me, or the middleman, to not even be there. That would be for the middleman to, okay, look, y'all came to me and told me this. I took y'all 1 + 1, and I made my equation. And y'all need to talk because y'all are saying A, B, and C. Now, y'all need to have that conversation where y'all are literally explaining to each other A, B, and C without yelling, without the fighting, the fussing. It should just be able to be a conversation. And it has to be a two-way street. It can't just be one way where, hey, this is the way I think and this is the way I feel, so that's the way it has to be.
Most definitely.
So, with that being said about the manipulation, what counts as manipulation though? Because I feel like with society nowadays, manipulation has changed. You fight for your girl to stay, right? Let's use this because that just falls into the double standards. Because I feel like my views is that a relationship is never over until a female says so.
Most definitely.
Because let's put it like this: if a female wants to fight, her friends are backing her. Oh my God, girl, fight, go get your man, woo woo. Or you don't need that nigga, woo woo, right? But then if a dude is fighting that same fight, it's, oh, you doing too much. She said she don't want that. You're trying to manipulate her. You're trying to think for her and not respect her viewpoint. But when it's a female, it's the total opposite. So at what point in time is the middle ground not manipulation and actually just an equal fight for both sides?
I mean, first of all, I'm going to say there has to be, there got to be a want or an effort on both sides. You can't, nobody, not one person can sit here and fight for a relationship or marriage on their own, because you need to lean on that person.
Right.
Y'all both need to pull your own weight. You can't sit here and pull your wife's weight. She can't pull your weight. Mm-hmm. You can, but eventually you'll get tired of it. It'll catch up with you.
Yeah.
Like, you can't sit here and want that person. Let me say this: you can't sit there and want the relationship for that person as well.
Right.
And I feel like it's a manipulation. Once it comes for like I said, you doing certain stuff, and then basically a play on her emotions for
right. Basically, like trying to lead that person.
Yeah, like you'll push her to the edge, mm-hmm. or you'll do certain shit. You'll keep doing the same thing, and then you'll hit her with I don't want you to go nowhere. Mm-hmm. That's manipulation, or you getting something out of the situation, like
right.
knowing that like I can go do this with her, and when I come back, I'm gonna just fight for the relationship.
Right.
Basically, I just want my cake and eat it too. Like, it's not even. I'm not gonna change my. Knowing like goodwill, I'm not gonna change my behavior.
But when is it that it's two? You both are at odds, mm-hmm. but you both know that you want to fight, but you're scared. You're scared to take that chance of, if I give my all in, is this person going to hurt me again?
Yeah,
for one.
That's
for two, is this person actually going to give their all or do the same thing and give off and draw me back in and just to leave?
If you ask to my insight, I feel like, you shouldn't jump into anything without giving your all.
Right.
I feel like you're going to be nervous about certain things, and you should be. We're human. Mm-hmm. I feel like you're going to jump into a relationship, a marriage, a career. Just put your best foot forward. If it crumbles or whatever, hey, me personally, I can take the L if I know I did everything I could in my power. If you left it all on the field,
yeah, essentially.
I can take that L, but I'm a person, like I said, I don't try to feed into regrets.
Right.
But I would not like it if I know I was half stepping for the relationship. Then that bothers me. Like, damn, I didn't even do everything I could. I didn't say everything I could.
But if you know you're not doing everything you could, mm-hmm. why are you walking that way? Like, you get what I'm saying? It should never come down to a point where you go, well, damn, I didn't get a chance to do that. Well, you literally had the chance.
Some people, for better reasons, man. Some people afraid. People are afraid to, which I get, but I also don't like.
I get it too.
I get it, but I also don't agree with it. Like,
right.
I'm not like, all right, it's not, everything is not black and white, but I'm gonna say like, mm-hmm. we've dealt with a breakup before. Mm-hmm. Everybody has, pretty much, right. Unless you stay with the same person since like elementary or high school, whenever y'all got together.
Right.
We all dealt with some type of breakup or whatever. Like, what makes it any different from you surviving the other ones? Granted, the relationships have different dynamics, mm-hmm. but I'm just saying, I feel like you can survive anything that you put your mind to survive. Is it going to be cake? No, I'm not going to tell you it's a cakewalk. Right. But I feel like, you put your best foot forward, man. Like, why? To a certain extent, I feel like you can't control if it's going to last or not. So
does it not fall on your shoulders, or are you just saying it takes two?
It takes two. Like, you can only do, when I say this, y'all can only do y'all parts. Like, right. You work together. You do your part, she'll do her part. And then you come together. Mm-hmm. I mean, just do everything you can in your power.
Right.
And look to your left or your right.
And that person should still be there.
That person still should be there carrying her load as well.
Right.
I mean, that's the best advice I got on that. Like, how about yourself? Like, what do you do if? I just want to say, what do you do if your partner is just visibly giving half?
You call them out on it. You call them out on it. You call them out on it. Hey, look, I see that you're doing half, or you used to do this and you're not doing this anymore. Is there something wrong? That's when this conversation happens. Is there something wrong? am I not making you happy? What can I do to get you back to where you were? But other than that, that's just the starter right there. Then that's when it takes for that person to be able to be upfront with you and tell you the answers to those questions that you actually need. Now, if that person doesn't answer that question to the best of their ability, that will literally get you where you need to go and help you, then they start the downfall.
That's about.
So then where you go from there is you did your part. I asked you were you okay? I asked you if it was me. I asked you. You're literally crossing your T's and dotting your I's. So where you go from there is you start to protect yourself.
I got you.
So
I agree with you. That's
I mean, it's pretty plain and simple. Cause once you get to that point, bruh, once you get to that point where you have to ask, am I doing something wrong? You're already in the break. You're already starting to crack as a relationship. Now you have to give effort after that if both of y'all want it though.
Let me ask you this though. As far as the effort or whatever, like, do you feel like as a generation, like, that we give 50 because we're so afraid that it's not gonna work?
I feel like as a generation, we are scared to be vulnerable. We're so scared of being hurt because we see other people being hurt or other people being mistreated, like friends coming to you. You see your friends cheating. You see your friends stepping out. You see your friends getting hurt. You see, it's just everything that you see, and you're like, well, I'm not gonna let that happen to me. Once you get to that point, you're shorting your partner. I'm not gonna give my all. I'm gonna stay with your.
Shorting yourself.
Yeah, in the long run, because you're going. I'm gonna keep this wall up because every time I let it down, I get hurt. So basically, you're saying I'm going to continuously prevent myself from being happy because I'm scared of being happy.
What's that? You showing yourself like at the end of the day, a relationship is a place. Should be a place for growth, for love, and among other things. You're in it so you can grow. If you're gonna give half, you're not gonna grow. You're gonna miss out on certain things.
That's basically like saying if you're giving half, you're giving sunlight with no water.
Yeah,
you're giving water with no sunlight.
You might grow somewhat. You might grow, but it's not gonna be substantial. It's not gonna be what you need.
Basically, at what point in time do y'all start to water each other?
And then I'm gonna say this though. You said vulnerability. How can you have love without being vulnerable?
Then it's not really love at that point in time because you're so scarred and you're so scared to give that is that really love?
To me, no. Like you basically saying like you want rain, you want snow, but you don't want to be cold outside.
Respect.
Like
respect.
Right? You know, you sitting here saying I want to be loved, but I don't want to be vulnerable. Like I'm not saying that. Don't confuse vulnerability with being hurt.
Right.
But when you're in love, when you love somebody, you're vulnerable. Like having a child. Like you have a child, it's vulnerability that comes with that. And it makes you a better person. But you know, at the same time, it's somebody out here that you have to send to school that's gonna walk these streets out here. Lord forbid anything can happen to them. And that's a vulnerability that comes with the situation. Like, but at the same time, you putting the right things into them, you loving them, regardless of what mistakes they make or whatever happens. That's just a vulnerability that comes with it. You can't have it both ways.
All right, so let's shift gears. So, if you cheat in a relationship while saying that you love this person, do you really love that person?
I'm gonna say it's probably you can, I guess. I'm not gonna say you guys. You can, but maybe you don't. I'm gonna break it down like this. I feel like you could cheat in a relationship, but it may not have much to do with the partner. You could be fucked up inside. You could have a problem
Is it that you're looking for what your partner is lacking? Like instead of telling your partner, hey, look, or instead of is it what your partner is lacking? While you're telling this partner, hey, look, you're doing this, you're doing this, you're doing this, and then them not changing, and you see, you still love this partner in every aspect, but the stuff that they're doing wrong. Then you see this person over here that's doing these 3 things right. And that's the only thing that you're really worried about. Is that what causes people to cheat? Not male, not female, but is that just on the table? Is that what causes people to cheat?
It could, and it also could be, like I say, it's different. To me, it's different dynamics of it. Like it could be you're having differences with your partner. So the next person you see, like you said, they just doing this and that, right? And you rolling with that,
right? Short
time, or you could have. We grow up, like we said in the first episode, we grow up with certain things happening, seeing certain things, and around certain things. You could really have a problem within yourself. Your partner could be doing everything right, and you have an issue within yourself, and you go cheat. And it's like they didn't do anything. In their mind, they're not going to hear that. But that could be the truth. Like, you could have an issue. You could have saw your father or your mother with doing it. Or they had... You grew up with one of your parents went in the household with you, and you saw your mom or dad with like multiple partners. So that could have broken you. It might not be your partner. Like, it's different dynamics, man.
So basically, you're saying that it's your upbringing. It's how you were raised
in certain situations. And it also could be like you said, y'all are at odds. The first thing you saw, you went with. Y'all, you hurting. Hurt people. You heard this person sound good. You went with what was available, bro. Like,
so what you asking about? Let's go back to the generations. So with this generation, is this generation a hurt generation?
I'm gonna speak for us first. Yeah, but all of them have their trials and tribulations. But we gonna answer your question. Yes.
All right, let's stay right there, because if we're talking about back in the day, it's so many people nowadays that say, well, my grandfather or my grandmother stepped out and they still stayed married for X amount of time. And then you get to the next generation. And then that kid goes, well, my parent stepped out this X amount of time. And then we get to our generation. And then we got this person having a baby with this person. And then y'all have the baby and then y'all leave. Y'all separate. Well, y'all knew what y'all were getting yourselves into. Why are you committing to that? And then, like that's a big responsibility.
I agree. I'm gonna say, like, as far as the old generations, I can't.
Their commitment was different.
Not to judge anything, but as far as like our grandparents, them, just because you stay in a marriage or relationship does not mean everything's okay.
Right.
Some people will do it. Even our generation, some people will stay just because it looks good, especially when it comes to marriage. People do it because it looks good, which I'm not for. Like, if I'm not happy in a relationship, I have not been in a marriage yet, obviously. If I'm not happy in a relationship, I'm not going to play games. I understand that's the difference from fighting for it. But if you know you're genuinely unhappy, this person can't do it for you anymore. Or you see that you are turning her down,
right? Like,
not even physically, but just the relationship is turning her down. You should move on,
right?
I feel like the old generations, it's for sometimes it could be just for off the strength of saying, "Oh, we stayed together
for the time."
But where is that getting you? If you're not really like solving the real issue.
So does time not matter? So does the time that you put in not matter?
It does. The time does matter in a way, but at the same time, like, okay, you're married to this lady for 20 years. But if y'all, let's say y'all both going back and forth on each other, does the time really matter then? If y'all wasn't doing it the right way?
Like, basically, like, knowing that y'all doing wrong and then doing wrong at 20 years instead of knowing that y'all doing wrong and fixing y'all wrongs and still lasting 20 years.
In my mind, like, if you're not gonna really sit down and try to get it right, it doesn't matter to me. Okay, you spent 10 years together, but if you just, I'm not saying perfect, but were you doing it right? Were you really giving effort for y'all to try to get it right? To me, that's just 10 years if you, I hate to use 10 years of toxicity, right?
Yeah.
I hate
Now
to go
that you
there.
bring that up.
I hate to go there with that.
Now that you bring up toxicity, why is that a good thing now?
We beat that word to the ground. That's why I didn't want to use that term, bro.
Why is that a good thing now?
Cause
And not to point the finger at women, but you'll see a woman go, yeah, you gotta keep it a little toxic because you know niggas like that. No, we don't. A real man does not like that.
no.
I tell you right now, I hate it.
You
Not that I'm anybody, but I hate that. I hate that people have that mentality of being a troll online. I hate that people have that mentality to be, you know what? Everything going so good. Let me fuck it up. Like, it's just going too good.
Cause it's easy. It's the easy thing to do. You know what I'm saying? It's the easy thing to do, bro. Like it's hard to go out here. Like you ever heard like one of your men say like, "Oh, it's hard being in a relationship."
Yeah,
It's
but
hard
why
if-
you in a relationship?
It's hard if you make it hard, bro. Like, you know. But as far as being toxic, it's the easy thing to do. But it's easy to be negative. And then people can't. Some people have a hard time like with music or art. Have a hard time like disconnecting that with life. They hear certain songs. Okay, I'm gonna keep it real.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big Future fan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, but bro, I'm my own man at the end of the day. I'm not gonna
So
say
you're not with his views?
as far as it sounds good. Like I just told you, it's the
No, him as a person, you're not with his views about how he has like multiple baby mothers and.
I'm not going. I know you're not doing this,
Uh-huh.
but I'm not going to knock him, man. I don't know him. I know you're not knocking him though, but
Let's be real, bro. The nigga's wild.
all right. I'm just saying. I'm not knocking him, man. But is that the person that I'm gonna keep real with you?
Mm-hmm.
From the things that he displayed,
Mm-hmm.
would I sit down and say, "Oh, yeah, tell my son Corey, that's the person you want to watch"? No.
Respect.
But I'm not. Again, I don't know him. I'm not knocking anybody. I don't want to seem like I'm judging anybody. I don't want to judge nobody. Period. But I'm gonna keep it real with you. That is music.
I'm not talking about music.
No, I'm just saying that's entertainment. That's entertainment.
So is the entertainment okay? I'm talking about him as a man, his viewpoints as a man, because this is not just the entertainment at this point. This is his real life.
Like I said, I wouldn't live that life. I'm being real with you. I disagree. I disagree with it.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, people cannot disconnect that with not just Future. Like people will sing that type of stuff. People tweet that type of stuff. But sometimes that's just for show. That's just.
But why? But why do that then? That's my whole. That's exactly what we're gonna roll into. What would be the purpose of that?
Just because it looks good.
Because entertainment looks good.
Yeah, it looks good. The same reason why people would do certain things that they see celebrities do. I mean, it looks good. I mean, I agree with you. It looks good and all that, bro. But you got to be able to disconnect. Even with like this. All right, look. I'm a big Kanye fan, but I can disconnect the art from the man.
Respect.
Do I know him? No. Do I agree with the coon shit he said and has done? No. But you can like his music and not agree with a damn thing he says. With Future, you can like his music, but you don't have to, bruh, you don't have to be a
Most controversial person.
Kanye.
R Kelly.
Yeah, okay, bro. Look, you can.
His music is beautiful. His music, and I'm gonna put it like this. My thing is for
I'll be right back, guys.
with R Kelly. Y'all knew it was happening. Y'all knew what was going on. He got arrested in what, 96 or 93?
Yes, sir.
But they had to dismiss the evidence because it was gone through without a warrant. He married Aaliyah. How many red flags did y'all need? I'm confused at this point. Cause now y'all not about to bash this man when y'all knew he was doing this.
I'm glad we jumped on that, bro. I'm sorry, guys. I'm back.
I'm so confused about that.
I'm glad we jumped on that. Like, for instance, you don't gotta stop playing the love side at cookouts and all that type of stuff.
But that's what they doing though.
We grew up on that. But that does not mean you agree with everything that man or woman.
It's the separation, like
bro,
you said.
You have to learn how to. We gotta learn how to do that. Like, that's my problem with cancel culture.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, you can like. Okay, we cool. But if I go on here, start on Twitter, start tweeting all this wild stuff, bro, you can say I know him personally. That's my man. But I don't agree with every damn thing he says and does.
But what about the stuff when they're going back 10, 20 years to people? I wouldn't even say 20 years because I don't
like
think Twitter was around. Yeah, the tweets.
Like, tweet?
Yeah, like you got people that's getting canceled because they tweeted something 10 years ago, 15 years ago.
I get it, but then at the same time, bro, like, I'm not making excuses for anybody.
No, not at all.
Hey, I've said dumb things before. If I go back on my Twitter, bro, like, I probably tweeted some dumb shit before.
But that goes to what you said earlier. Just because you tweeted, don't mean that's what you live. But it's hard for me to separate.
That shit is hard, bro. Like, you got people that, I'm gonna ask you this. Who's more of the problem? The person that tweets it, like you say, it might not live it, but they tweeted it.
Mm-hmm.
Or the person that says it behind closed doors and thinks it every day. The person that embraces it behind closed doors.
The person that has the mentality of it?
Yeah. The person that embraces it every day, but they just do it behind closed doors.
I mean, of course, that person would be the... Well, how can that person be the worst if they're just doing it behind closed doors?
Okay.
You wouldn't even know it.
But that's the person for real. I'm going to say it like this. Do you really have to worry about the enemy that tells you they don't like you?
No, I feel like you got to worry about your
you
friends.
know that person don't mess with you, so you like, all right, I got my eyes on him. You got to worry about the person that's janking you. They sit here and dock you up every day.
I just said friends.
Every day.
I just said friends.
So the person behind closed doors, because this person has like told you straight up, I don't rock with you, bro.
They showed you their cards.
Yeah, but this person is around you, probably eating off your plate, probably coming over to your crib playing the game with you, and just like, oh, fuck this nigga, just waiting for the right moment to jank you out, bro. That's the person I'm really worried about. The person that's doing behind closed doors, because they're calculating, they waiting for you, they waiting
for that right moment.
Yeah. So, I'm not gonna be surprised by the man or woman that I know that made it clear they don't like me.
Right.
I'm looking out for them, okay. But the person that's gonna play both sides, that's the person that's really gonna hurt. That sting, like, damn, I would have never thought.
Yeah.
That's the person that's really going to me.
Hear them all the time.
Yeah.
Bernice.
Yeah, so it's just, I don't know, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy. And I don't know, bro. I feel like the next question would be, is it love or loyalty? Which one would you prefer? It's not a hard one for me. I take the loyalty because I know this person not going.
I'll take the loyalty. I'm just thinking it out. I'll take the loyalty just because of they might be mad at you, but the loyalty still might be there until they won't do certain things.
Yeah. Like even in wrong, they still going. Even if y'all at odds, I know people that will be at odds and not flake on you, not tell your business, not try to hurt you in any type of way, and that's just the loyalty of them.
Most definitely.
And even with y'all being at odds, if you call them and you really direly need them, they there for you.
Most definitely.
But love hurts, and when people be in pain, you see the worst sides come out of them.
Still need it though, but you're right. It's a necessary evil. It is, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. So. I mean, with that being said, like, what becomes the fine line between that? What becomes the fine line between cutting off friends, family, and possibly your love? And then what becomes the point where you go, I'm gonna fight for it?
I can fight for it as long as we have an understanding. As long as I know my partner is working on themselves too, and they can understand, they have an understanding that I'm working on myself and I'm giving my effort,
Right.
and I see that person giving effort.
Right.
Like, we gonna make mistakes. Just don't repeat mistakes.
Well,
Certain mistakes.
I'm about to say, is it
Nobody perfect. Like, if you,
is a repeated mistake really a mistake, or is it a choice?
that's what I'm saying. And it's like certain things. If you're working on something, like it could be cleaning up after yourself.
Mm-hmm.
If you're working on that, I'm not gonna say it's a mistake that last night you forgot to wash the dishes.
Right.
I might say, hey babe, you forgot, but I'm not pissed off for that. But if you're doing something like, let's say somebody DMing you and you feeding into it,
yeah,
we argue, we hash it, but that's not a mistake if it happens again. And I'm holding you accountable, just like I would expect to be held accountable.
I don't ever want to hear somebody say that they don't know that somebody's flirting.
Yeah, like,
It's intentions, yo. It's no way that you don't see the intentions, and energy is there. You can't miss it.
and I'm gonna say this: you cannot control the other person, so
You can control
you
yourself.
control yourself. When you see the person getting on the line, and I know, let's be real though, bro. Let's hit this on the head though. With males, saying you're in a relationship, like when the female tells like the male in a relationship, that makes it worse. Like, most men keep going.
Yeah, but then that the woman should have to draw the line and say, look, this isn't conducive for me.
Well, sometimes I agree with you, but
I can't. I told you I have a relationship. You know my relationship, and you still trying. Fuck out of here.
I agree with you, but you know, first of all, look, women need to be protected.
Yeah.
We gonna go there, but I would say, like, you know, I still would tell a young lady, like a woman, you know, watch where you are too. Like, I'm not saying be living fair, but you got crazy men out here, bro. You know, they
I was about to say some men can't take no
they
for
go
an answer.
hard. They go hard and, like, you know, get the fuck on my face. You got men that try to snatch them up and do wild shit. So, like, do what you need to do to get out of the situation.
But you can't really say that, bro, because there's some women that are literally respectful and go, nah, bro. And they literally go, they be respectful and go, no, thank you.
I wish.
No, thank you. I'm fine. And they still, it entices me.
I'll call you.
But I'm not sure, bro. I'm not sure how we protect our women out here nowadays, because you can't tell you tell them get a gun, and then you got something that happens like where the lady came outside fearing for her life, getting beat up by her husband, and fires a warning shot, and then ends up in jail.
Most definitely.
And she's in jail for a while. You dig what I'm saying? So it's like, how do we protect our women, bro? What do we have to do?
Why didn't you rinse it out and pour that milk out?
It takes
You had this big old bowl of cereal.
it takes
No,
it takes a strong effort from everyone, bro. Like, you gotta check egos. Like, for the men and women that don't want to take no for an answer, you gotta check egos, man. Like, learn how to take a no. Bro, no adult. I feel like that's a poor thing to say. But I don't know how to take no for an answer.
That goes with upbringing, though, bro. There's some real wild people out here, my boy.
Somebody tell you no, keep it moving.
But that's just like gas stations, bro. You got gangs at gas stations that's literally a woman coming, they wilding. They are wilding, bro.
Most definitely, bro.
So it's just like how do you even combat that? You got 30 people coming at you surrounding you.
You ever did DoorDash with your girl in the car? Like it was her trip?
Nah, bro.
Something like that. Like, okay, so what I do is, that's why when I can, like, I'll ride. If it's a certain neighborhood, like, you know, knowing where you are, I got it.
Yeah, respect.
Just off the struggle of, like you just said, they see a female, they want to be funny, or sometimes they just had a wrong upbringing.
Did you have
Yeah, but then sometimes, bro, it's just plain disrespect, bro. It's like literally they see you with this person and still go, you know what? I'm still gonna try my hand. Let me be as disrespectful as possible and still try my hand.
You know what that go back into though? That go back to the toxicity. Because that looks cute. It looks cool.
But sometimes it's not that it looks cute or looks cool. Sometimes that's just literally their mentality.
Most definitely.
Sometimes literally that's their mentality that I'm gonna get whatever I want and I'm gonna go for mine.
Most definitely, man. I agree with you. I agree with you.
I mean, at some point in time, we gotta figure out a way to.
So, what do you have to say to? I'm not gonna say woman, to men like that.
To men?
Yeah, like what would you say?
Cool your jets, pal. Just like that. Like, bro, just relax. You dig? Like, if she don't want you, it's somebody out there that do. It's a whole bunch of fish in the sea.
I agree with you, man.
Can you dig? Like, get from in front of the gas station. Those are your men. You can see them whenever you want to, but you don't have to be there. Do something constructive. You feel me? Like, I don't know, bro. I don't know how to change a man's mind. I can lead you. I can lead you to water. I can show you how to fish. I can't do this shit for you though. I'm not.
That's fine.
So honestly, it's just a mentality, bro. Man, yeah, man. To wrap this up, man. Be good to your partners. Be good to yourself.
Please do.
Because honestly, the one thing that I'll say is, as long as I make myself happy, I don't have to worry about you making me happy. So I feel like coming into something, you both got to be set for real. I mean, to be in a relationship, y'all should both be set on your own, and then come together and create something. You dig what I'm saying?
That's right.
So as long as I'm creating my own happiness, I don't have to worry about you making me happy or doing something to make me happy to be able to prepare myself to go forward.
Let me add on to that. I completely agree. Also, find things that make both of you happy. Whether that's skating, movies, music, doing puzzles. And
don't just because you may not like it, the simple fact that you are doing it with that person makes that person that much more happy. Especially when they know that you don't like it, especially when they know that you don't want to do it, that means the most. Don't shut a person down. If a person is coming to you telling you, hey, look, this makes me uncomfortable, I don't like when you do that, and you go, well, why do you feel that way? Or well, I'm going to do this anyway.
I'm not.
You literally shooting that person down. Like, they're coming to you being constructive, and they're saying, hey, look, don't do this. And you're like, well, why can't I do it? Why would I not do it? You dig what I'm saying?
I'm not going to lie, bro. I'm glad you said that, because that's definitely, like, a turn on the mind, like, as far as, like,
mental stimulation?
Yeah, bro, like okay, I'm in the sports or whatever, among other things. So, like, we'll watch a game, or I turn on, like, the NFL throwback channel.
Yeah.
Just her saying, like, hey, babe, this is so-and-so. Like, for instance, we watch I'm Anthony.
Right.
So, it was one night, I turned on the old game of Brandon Marshall. Mm-hmm. She heard Brandon Marshall, and she's like, hey, babe, that's Brandon Marshall?
So basically, she getting into your life.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, like, that shit turned me on. Like, I had to get a kiss. And she like,
smash, I had to get a kiss. Wow.
We ain't even gonna stop that.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't even take it there, bro.
But no, like, just on this show of, like, she looked up and put her phone down, like, oh, look at Brandon Marshall.
Basically, she showed, like, interest in something that you fuck with. Respect. Man, to close out this episode, man, from your Intellect Connect people, man, we appreciate y'all for joining us, and we'll be back next week.
Let's get it.